Hey there, Alan Matthews here from Classical Guitar Shed, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to quiet inner dialogue in your performance. It's very common. We get up in front of people and all of a sudden our minds are going crazy. And some people call it the monkey mind. It's where there's this monkey in our head throwing feces and cursing and doing all kind of things to mess us up. And so all we can think is, oh no, I'm going to mess up. Oh no, I'm going to mess up. And then all of a sudden what happens? We mess up. And then we say, oh, I knew I would mess up. This is what happens with the inner dialogue. It's a killer. And so how do we do it? We're going to have 3 tips today on how to quiet this inner monkey mind. So tip number one is soften the muscles around the eyes. You could also just notice your periphery. So notice what is in your periphery. And what that does is it spreads your focal, instead of being a pin spot vision, you all of a sudden now you're using more of your periphery. It softens your eyes. This turns off the inner dialogue. People use this oftentimes in meditation. It's also a trick in the outdoors to quiet your mind and really get the entire scene. It brings you to present very well, to the present moment, and gets you out of your head. So soften the muscles around your eyes, any kind of forehead stuff or anything like that. Release all that. Soften these muscles. Soften your gaze so you're not looking hard at something, but you're looking more at the periphery, and that will do it. You can also, tip number 2, notice and soften the back of your tongue and your throat. So if you spread your tongue out so that it's over your back teeth, so if you chomp down you would get it. I won't put the camera into my mouth and show you my stained molars, but tongue on the back of the teeth. And then if you can feel this slight tugging, like your tongue is just slightly tugging back. And if you can release that, your inner voice will stop. So you might notice that also releases the throat muscles. You can also do this in concert with, no pun intended, in concert with softening the eyes. So you can just do it all at once. And it might help to do a slight exhale on like a ha sound, like a. That can help to relax it just a little bit, to really just spread these muscles and the back of the tongue to release that. Number 3, you can use inner dialogue to direct the action. And so if the thing is just going to run away and it's going to be talking anyway, well then let's choose what words to put on it. Let's throw a lasso around that puppy and bring it into submission and make it do our bidding. So we can say a number of different things. We can use some positive thinking, like Stuart Smalley and doggone it, people like me. We could also do something a little bit more useful than that, which is I'm focusing on the rhythm. You could say things about your technique. I can feel each note on the string. I shift smoothly. Here I need to hold down my first finger while my third finger moves. Very granular, play-by-play action of what's actually going on, so that you're looking at and giving yourself reminders, this needs to happen and this needs to happen. What that does is it brings your attention back to the task at hand, which is playing music, and puts all of your attention there. So anything that can help you to do that. I'm hearing the sound of the guitar. My face is relaxing. You could actually do that too with my eyes are relaxing, my face is relaxing, my shoulders are released. All of these kind of things, anything that can help to get you back into the present moment and doing your job of playing some music. Now here's the trick. With all of these 3 tips, here's the one big bonus tip that's going to bring them all together. How we practice is how we play. So what you do every single day in practice, that's what you're going to do whenever you get up in front of people. That's your autopilot. So once you train that autopilot, whenever you get out of your adrenaline shock of the first 30 seconds of being in front of somebody playing, then you're going to go into autopilot. And if your autopilot is for your mind to always be running and talking to yourself without you realizing it, then that's what you're going to do in performance. But now you'll be so hyper present in the moment that because of the whole scene, that you'll realize it and it'll freak you out. So instead of waiting for that, notice it in your practice on a daily basis and say, my attention is focused exclusively on what I'm doing. The very small details. I've got my mind on something all the time. something specific even all the time, and one specific thing, and then bouncing to another and around. Instead of, I can't believe what happened on my soap opera today. I really should go and get some more dog food. It's any of this kind of stuff constantly through your practice. That's what's going to happen on stage, but in front of people whenever you're playing, wherever that happens to be. And your power to control this and the habit around it is in the practice room. So as a long-term strategy, always be focusing on something in the practice room. On a short-term strategy, and within every single day, always be releasing your tongue and quieting your inner dialogue with your eyes, however you can, so that as a daily practice, this is it. It also just makes life better because you're not so tense. All right, hope you've enjoyed these tips on how to quiet inner dialogue in performance. Please leave a comment below, subscribe to this channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Bye.